When I talk to people about libraries, they usually talk about them as if they're dying. They tell me that paper books are going to be irrelevant and that librarians are old and resistant to change and they have buns and we don't know what they keep back there, and so we need to be nervous about that. And that we don't need the big buildings anymore because we've got Google. I think that's all a bit short-sighted because the thing about libraries is it's never really been about the walls or the pillars or even the books. Libraries are about experiences. So before I tell you all of the wonderful things that are going to happen in your libraries in the future, let's make sure we're all on the same page for the present. So you probably know you can get DVDs through your libraries, and maybe not a lot of people take advantage of that, but remember that the selection is 11 times better than Redbox, and it doesn't have that little interface. You can go and you can look. It's wonderful. And that you can also get museum passes to good museums at little to no cost through your libraries. From anywhere with an internet connection, you can get ebooks and audiobooks through your library's website. These are all the experiences that libraries provide us with today. Some libraries are clearing out some shelf space and making room for new types of lendable experiences. One of my favorites are the libraries that allow you to rent an expert. The Toronto Public Library did a big program like this and got a lot of press, but dozens of others around the US have done the same. And the idea is that your patrons can come in and meet with people who have an experience or knowledge that they're interested in, with the hopes that a simple conversation could be what breaks down some prejudices. This could also be a great tool for research. If a student is writing a paper about a religion, they could meet with someone who practices that religion. Other libraries are going in a kind of different direction. They allow you to take out cake pans. Members of the Minuteman Library Network have access to cake pans, and some of the larger collections have hundreds of them, all different shapes and sizes. I think this is a great idea because your kid is only going to like SpongeBob this year. You don't need to own that cake pan forever. If there's something that you typically borrow from a friend, there's a library that lends it. Video games, tools, car seats, iPads, locks, and even pets. And as our experiences are becoming increasingly digital, maybe the naysayers are right. We don't need those big buildings anymore. We could even free the librarians to help communities in new ways. In the future, I want to see librarians where the people are. We're trained in research, but we're not limited to book and scholarly knowledge. I happen to be an expert at finding thermostat manuals online. And you probably wouldn't ask a librarian for help with that, but these are the types of things we can find. We know where the information is. So who else can use information? We can start with some easy ones. Job seekers. If we went down to a coffee shop on an average workday, we'd find a ton of unemployed folks. And in fact, a big boon for libraries have been unemployed people coming in to use printers, computers, and meet with experts. Everything on that list could be set up at a single table in a coffee shop. Why make people come out of their way for the help when the help can really easily come to them? It's hard enough being out of work. Another group that could use a little research help might be the DIY community. A hackerspace like Sprout right here in Somerville could totally have a librarian. Many library databases have resources for novice makers. And when you're working with a nail gun or welding equipment for the first time, knowing what you're doing can be the difference between keeping your thumbs or not. And as a trained research professional, I can tell you thumbs are important. In general, anybody who doesn't quite know what they're doing could use the help of a librarian. And sometimes people with a great tech idea don't know about business. So if you run a co-working space, get a librarian to come in once a week, help your entrepreneurs figure out what sort of paperwork to file, and run some competitive intelligence research for them. These are things librarians can easily do. There's also this growing movement of people who are looking to grow local. They're canning tomatoes and they're raising chickens in their backyard. As far as I can tell, this is in prep for the zombie apocalypse. So librarians could meet them in their underground bunker to help them grow and prepare food safely. When we're thinking about the ideas of libraries in the future, we need to deconstruct the whole thing. Libraries are a place to borrow things. Librarians are people who can help you find information. Both are moving forward with the future, so they can't be counted out. A couple more things to think about. Librarians don't actually shush. I've never seen it happen. And as we now know, libraries have way more than just books. So in this coming week, visit your public library, get a library card, start downloading some ebooks and audiobooks, and think about where you want to see those future librarians. Thank you and good luck with the zombies.